Hello and welcome to another episode of Disney Movie Investigation. If this is your first time watching, welcome to the show. In each episode, we take a look at a movie that is featured on Disney+. On this episode, we are taking a look at an independent animated movie as we take a look at The Brave Little Toaster. And if you are enjoying these videos, I do ask that you please hit that subscribe button. That way you'll be notified with each new episode. But for now, sit back and enjoy this video of Disney Movie Investigation. So like I said, today we are covering The Brave Little Toaster. This movie was released on July 10th, 1987. It was directed by Jerry Reese. The screenplay was by Jerry Reese and Joe Ranft. The production companies were Hyperion Pictures and the Kushner Lock Company, and it was distributed by Hyperion Pictures. The budget for this movie was $2.3 million, and it did a box office return also of $2.3 million. In terms of the production, The Brave Little Toaster was a novella by Thomas M. Dish, and the screen rights were purchased by the Walt Disney Company in 1982. John Lasseter and Glenn Keane, animators at Disney Animation, wanted to make The Brave Little Toaster a 3D film. They would pitch the idea to animation administrator Ed Hansen and Disney CEO Ron Miller. However, Miller, when asked what the budget would be, and when Lasseter said it would be the same as a traditionally animated film, Miller would reject the pitch, saying the only reason was to use computers was if it was to be faster and cheaper than the traditional animation. Lasseter would soon be dismissed from Disney shortly thereafter. The film would be sent to be developed at Hyperion Pictures, and this was created by former Disney employees Tom Whittlehale and Willard Carroll. The film would be financed as an independent production by Disney, the TDK Corporation, and CBS Fox Video. The budget would be $5.94 million. And the film was slightly changed from the original story, as 4 lines from the original story actually made it into the film. Everything else was new, was a new story, new screenplay. When the storyboards were completed, the film would be 110 minutes long, and this was deemed too long, so director Reeves would cut 20 minutes worth out of the film. Most of the voice actors were from the Groundling comedy troupe in Los Angeles. And the score was composed and conducted by David Newman, and it was performed by the New Japan Philharmonic, and with the songs being written by Van Dyke Parks. So let's take a look at the cast. So we have Deanna Oliver, who does the voice of Toaster, Timothy E. Day, who does the voice of Blanky, Tim Stack, who does the voice of Lampy, John Lovitz, who does the voice of Radio, Wayne Katz as the voice of Master Rob, Phil Hartman does the voice of the air conditioner, and Mindy Stern is the voice of Rob's mom. A bit of an interesting trivia about John Lovitz. So he was added to the cast of Saturday Night Live shortly before this film was to get underway into production. So they actually had John Lovitz come in before he flew out to New York and recorded all of his lines in a single day. So in terms of the plot, when a young boy and his family don't come one year to their holiday home, the household appliances and led by the toaster, think that their master might be in trouble. They decided, rather than stay where they are, they will go on a journey to find them. So begins a dangerous and amusing adventure through the countryside and into the big city. In terms of the legacy, this film would win 2 Parent Choice Awards. And the movie actually has 2 sequels, The Brave Little Toaster to the Rescue and The Brave Little Toaster Goes to Mars. And these 2 sequels are actually filmed and made at the exact same time, but released on 2 separate dates. So we will go more into those in future episodes. In 2006, Hyperion Pictures website would actually post a possible 4th film teaser, and this one would be in CGI. However, this film was never produced. So would I recommend this movie? So I understand this movie is a cult favorite, and people actually really love this movie, and it's one of those underground darlings. I think this has a unique quality to it, as the story is very interesting, and the characters have a great variety to them. In terms of the positives of the movie, I like the look of the film, and it's very visually pleasing. However, in terms of the negative, the songs are not very memorable, and they don't really serve to continue the story. They just seem to be, let's add songs for the sake of songs. I also find that the group, once the toaster and the appliances get to the city, the story tends to drag, and the characters become quite passive. Most of the characters, especially in the examples where they're in the repair shop or they get to the master's apartment and find out that he's not there, they kind of just let things happen to them, which is totally contradictory to what they were in the beginning of the film, where they were totally motivated to like find the master. So it's kind of night and day, and it really kind of makes the story drag a little bit. Overall, I've always seen this as a predecessor to Toy Story, especially with John Lasseter's involvement in the early stages of it. I think the story is very, very similar. You just swap out appliances for toys. So yeah, in terms of recommending it, I do recommend it for people that are animation history buffs, because it does serve as a predecessor to what Toy Story would become. But it definitely does have a unique taste to it. So thank you so much for joining us here on Disney Movie Investigation. I would love for anyone to comment below on what they think of The Brave Little Toaster. So as we look forward to our next episode, we're going to take a look at another independent movie as we take a look at The Banshees of Inisherin starring Colin Farrell. So until next time, I hope you have a magical day, and we will see you real soon.